Hi everyone, my name is Lauren. I'm one of the children's librarians at the Robbins Library, and I'd like to welcome you to Make It Monday. Make It Monday is a craft program geared towards ages 5 and older, but of course anyone is welcome to join us. And we'll be making different crafts each week with different items you can find around your house, or perhaps things you can collect outside on a nature walk. Now for today's Make It Monday, we are going to be making a wall hanging with a leaf collage. So what does that mean? That means we're going to be designing a piece of art you can hang on your wall, and you are going to be creating a picture out of leaves that you collect from outside. So if you're ready, let's go and see what different supplies you will need for today's craft. Come on, let's go. All right, for today's craft, you will need the following supplies. You'll need a piece of paper. Mine happens to be just a regular piece of printer paper, but really it could be anything, construction paper, even newspaper. You can get creative. You'll need to have a stick that's a little bit longer than one edge of your paper. You'll also need some string of some kind. That could be yarn or twine, even dental floss. You'll need to go on a nature walk and collect all different kinds of leaves of every shape and size you can find, as well as a pair of scissors and a glue stick. Now, if some of your leaves are a little curly around the edges, or you think they'd be trickier to glue down, you can always tuck them inside a big book and leave them there for a couple hours, and it'll make them nice and flat and really easy to glue on your collage. The first thing we're going to do is fold down the top of our paper. I folded down about 1 inch and make a really nice crease by smoothing your finger across the top. Now grab your scissors, and we're going to cut 2 slits in the top of our paper. 1 and 2. Okay, now you can go ahead and unfold that crease, and you'll see there are 2 holes in the very top of your paper. And if you want, you can grab your stick to see how this is going to work. This is going to be what we hang our art with at the end. We'll attach some string to this. That's what it'll look like. For now, you can take out the stick and set it aside, and we'll get ready to start playing with some patterns. Okay, here we go. It's time to start working on your picture. So you can lay leaves down any way you'd like. One thing I do want to remind you is to be aware of those little slits we cut at the top of the paper right here. You just don't want to glue leaves over those. But other than that, you can put leaves wherever you'd like. They can hang off the edges. We can trim those when we're all finished. But this is the fun part, just to see if you want to make some kind of pattern, or if you want to try to make a specific picture or an animal or a scene. It's really up to you. You can play with leaves for as long as you'd like, and then you can glue them down, or you can glue as you go. You can even cut things up to make them into different shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep playing around with the leaves that I have. For my nature collage, I'm just going to do a bit of a puzzle of leaves. I like trying to lay everything down and just fit them together in interesting ways. So you can put some glue on the back of your first leaf and go ahead and pick a starting place on your paper. I am just going to gradually lay things down and see where it leads me. Now that all of our leaves are glued down and our collage is finished, I'm going to go ahead and trim all these little bits that are hanging off the edges. If you'd like to do that too, you can just grab your scissors and carefully just trim off all these little bits. This is 100% up to you. If you want to leave little edges hanging off, that could look really cool too. But for me, I'm just going to trim around the edges. It's kind of like giving your art a haircut. And we'll get this nice and smooth. There we go. A few more on this side. And a little bit more over here. And then we'll be ready to add the stick back to our collage and turn it into a wall hanging. Okay. And there we go. This is also a good time just to double check that all of your leaves are glued down nice and strong. So if any leaves are flapping upwards or there's little edges that need a little more glue, you can go ahead and apply that now. And the final step will be adding our wall hanging element, our stick, back to the collage. So just like we practiced in the beginning, you're going to just weave that through one flap or one slit that you cut. You'll tuck it through the other, and then you'll want to get your string. There we go. Okay. You'll want to get your string and you'll just tie it one knot around each side. I've been double knotting just to make sure it stays. And you can decide the length of the string. Just tie it here and tie it on this side. Okay. And your leaf collage is ready to be displayed anywhere you'd like. Let's see how it looks on the wall. All right, well, that concludes today's edition of Make It Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a fun time making your leaf collage at home, and we'll be so happy to see you right back here next Monday for our next Make It Monday craft. Have a great day. See you later.